Butch Busby. This video, I had to play it in fast forward because if I didn't, it would have been 3 or 4 hours long. But, and please forgive me for the videography here. This was filmed in 2014 with a Sony Handycam. I was not filming it for YouTube. I was filming it just for my experience. Something I can bring home to show my family. This is in Anchorage, Alaska. I was sent up there to inspect some houses that were been damaged from a bad snowstorm, and so we're going from house to house and inspecting houses. Now what you see here, this is in I was up there in December and January. This is in the middle of December, about 10 o'clock in the day. It didn't get very bright up there. Around 12, 1 o'clock it would get a little bit brighter, but this is like 10 o'clock in the day. And I was just driving down the road here filming all the snow, because I'm from Louisiana. I've never seen nothing like that before. It was just amazing to me. I'm going to speed all this up here in just a minute because it's, if y'all want something you want to see better, you can slow it down on your TV or phone or pause it, but this is a guy I'm working with, and he was getting out trying to act like he was a zombie or something, just having fun. If you hear this crunching, I'm going to be quiet here for a second so you can hear it. That crunching is just the wheels crunching on the snow. I don't know. If you've never been up somewhere like this, and I had, it was amazing. The roads were just, everything was white. You'll see here in a minute, just snowy mountainsides and all. We're actually up on a mountain right now. We're driving, I'm sorry about this filming here. I'm going down the road. Well, I'm not driving, I'm riding on the passenger side, but I'm bouncing down the road trying to video with a old camera. And I was just videoing this to bring home to show my family, what it's like in Alaska, because none of us has ever been up there before, and it was just amazing to me. I'd never seen mountains like this, just as far as the eye can see, just rolling mountains. I thought it was beautiful, and at the same time, this road was kind of iffy. If you can tell, we're going down a very steep mountainside here, and it's just pure ice. How you don't slide on all that ice, I have not figured out yet. That's ice. That's just, they come through and scrape it with a snow blade, but that's ice. That road is just solid ice. Right here where we're at, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 below. Later on, we'll be going up to Fairbanks, Alaska. This is in Anchorage, or right outside of Anchorage. But we'll be going up to Fairbanks later on. And up there, it was 40 below zero. And I was amazed at just the different things, like you go to a shopping center or parking lot, there's little poles all out in the parking lot with extension cords on them. Anytime you park your car, you gotta plug the block in to keep the engine from freezing and busting. Things like that. It's just wild. I cannot find the picture, but I seen a picture, and I took a picture of it, of a car sitting in a hotel parking lot, sitting there just idling. And there was literally, just from the moisture coming out the exhaust, there was an icicle growing from the ground up to the exhaust. You know, I mean, you wouldn't think coming out of a hot exhaust you'd have an icicle, but up there you will. Now, when it gets 45 degrees here in Louisiana, it's freaking cold, people. I mean, it's just this damp cold that chills you to the bone. But up there, I mean, I was wearing I had a pair of long handles on. Don't get me wrong, I had a pair of long handles on, but with khaki pants and a flannel shirt. That's what I was wearing. And which, I mean, I wasn't out there climbing mountains in the snow, but I was getting in and out of the car and, you know, inspecting houses. I'd be out there for 30, 45 minutes at a time, and I was comfortable at below zero temperatures. It just, if you've never been to Alaska, you ought to try to go. It's just an amazing experience. Now, I don't think I'd want to live there, because if you can notice, there's no color. Uh, I didn't realize how much I would miss color. There is no greens and brown trees and red leaves. It means just everything's just white. And I mean, I didn't really realize it when I was there, but when I got home and there were still green trees, you know, everywhere, and it you know, it makes a difference I reckon when you're raised down here in the South, then you go up there, it's just a big difference. Now, like I say, I loved it up there. I thought it was beautiful, but I wouldn't want to live there forever. That's just too much white. Now, there was some other things that I was amazed at. We were walked out of our hotel room in Anchorage, Alaska, and there were moose just standing out in the parking lot in the middle of town. That's something, you know, that was something different. Uh, we had to go to a military base to do some inspecting, and they're just moose standing on the sides of the road everywhere, and, you know, just the mere size of them. You know, all I've ever seen down in Louisiana is deer. We don't have moose. But just the mere size. Look at this truck coming here. Well, even if you slowed it down, the people that live up there, they'd probably drive faster than we drive up down here in Louisiana. They're just used to it. You know, we're driving slow because we're not used to driving on ice. In fact, our company I was working for made everybody go out and do these inspections in pairs in case something happened. You know, you wouldn't be by yourself. And most of these guys I'm working with are from New York, so they're kind of used to this type of stuff. But I know I wasn't. I walked down from my room down to the hotel lobby one morning, and I heard all these guys I'm working with sitting at a table, and all of a sudden they started laughing. Well, I didn't know what they were laughing at. Finally, it hit me. They were laughing at me about the way I talk. You know, they have that New York language, and I got this country language, and they were just laughing at me because they got a kick out of the way I talk. But see, we're still going downhill. This is a mountain we're coming down off of, and we had to go up there. It was a snow resort up on top of that mountain. We had to go inspect for damage. But you'll see these people. We got them up there passing us. They'll be passing us on the road because they think we driving too slow. We got out one morning, and we were in a city subdivision, driving down a little subdivision road, and they had a fresh blanket of snow, and we literally run off the road out into the ditch and got stuck because we couldn't see the road. It was just a solid white blanket, and which, I mean, people do that down here too, but what I'm saying is, by the time we got stuck and got out of our car, and walked around the car to look see just what had happened. There was probably 4 different people from the neighborhood. So, oh, I'll go get my chain. I'll pull you out. I mean, we were pulled out within 15 minutes. We were pulled out of the ditch and on our way. I mean, just, like I say, 4 or 5 people offering to help us just within minutes. Really nice people up there. All the homes we went to inspect and all, just really nice people. And well, that's something different up there too. They don't have to have big houses like we do down here in the South. They're more of a minimalist lifestyle up there. Some of their houses are just one room, one big room. It's easier to heat that way, I reckon. Log cabins and things. But it was an adventure. And, like I say, this is in 2014, and quite a few years ago, well, 10 years ago, I'm assuming, and I'm 61 now, so I reckon I was about 51 here. But I plan on, may not be going up there working, but I plan on starting to travel again. Some of my videos I've got coming up, you'll see that I am tired of sitting here. I'm unemployed. I'm just tired of sitting here. I ain't gonna live the rest of my life just sitting here watching the cars drive by and feeding a cat. I got things I want to do in my life before I'm gone. And there's another part of Alaska we went to. I don't have a video, but I do have some pictures. It's at the end here. After we went to Fairbanks, we got to hearing people talk about seeing the northern lights. And they said the best place to see them is a place called the North Pole. Yeah, you heard that right. In Alaska, there is a city named the North Pole. And we decided we would go to this city and check it out. And I wish I had videos of it. They painted this whole town up like a Santa Claus's North Pole. All your street lights has got a curve on the top of them, and they painted up like red and white striped like a candy cane. The sheriff's office is, no, I think, yeah, the sheriff's office, I believe, is Santa Claus's workshop or something like that, and the courthouse is something else. They're all named after things like Santa Claus's city. They have reindeer, the whole works. They got a big old ice sculpture of Santa Claus pulling a sleigh. I reckon if it don't ever get hot, I reckon you can afford to make an ice sculpture like that because it'll last a long time. If you build an ice sculpture like that down here in Louisiana, within a day or two, it would be gone. So I think we're coming back into town here. Look at that sunset. Yep. Here's coming up here, there's the Home Depot up here in Alaska. And thank God I decided to buy me some warm weather gear before I got there because the prices of boots and jackets up there are wild. And here we are. Welcome to the North Pole. It's another Santa Claus. Wanted some jolly men bearing gifts. There's Santa Claus's workshop or house or something. There's some reindeer. I didn't even get a picture of the street lights and all that, and I wish I had them. Well, this is about over with, and I'm going to let y'all look at these last few pictures, and y'all have a good day. If y'all give me a thumbs up or make a comment. I'd be glad to hear from you. Like, subscribe, and I got some other videos coming up that you might find interesting. With that, y'all have a day and God bless.